Outer space chick can never be basic. Shawty must be foreign and I like her a bit crazy.
What's up? I'm DJ Dirt, back again on the Cabin Kickback. I'm here with my co-host SLATR.
What's up, everybody?
We got another special guest here with us again today. The man, Seuss.
In attendance, back in the cut, you know the vibe.
Side piece Seuss, man.
Side piece Seuss, baby. That's trademarked.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Just came from home, was running some errands, getting some equipment. But I'm doing straight, bro. Life is good right now, really good.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it, man. How's work been going? Not that I need to ask, but you gotta let the people know because I'm experiencing this.
You should know better than anybody. We've been in the stool like we was damn hibernating the last few weeks. But no, it's been work's been going good. The stuff I got coming for 2022 is coming different for real. So I'm very excited for the world to hear it. It's a little different from what I've been doing in the past. Just been in the bag. I decided I don't want to be known as a rapper. I want to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I say that all the time. I tell people I'm a music artist. I just rap. So I really want people to see it for the art that it is, and then just hope the world accepts it and sees it how I saw it when I first made it.
Word. You've been enjoying the production world lately, huh?
I have, yeah. So thanks to Slate with letting me use Ableton, letting me mooch off his Ableton for a little bit because I wasn't finna pay that price. I got started producing beats around February. It's funny, my boys, if they see this, shout out to Benzo, Cool Jake, Mace Face. That's why I call him. He hates why I call him that. And then did I say TJ?
Nah.
Oh yeah, my boy TJ. That's my guy. That's literally my roommate. He should have been first. That's my dude. But I made my first beat. I'm like, I thought that joint was hard. I'm bumping that bitch in the room. I'm like, okay. I sent it to him. And then, like, y'all know the clown meme? Where it's just like, LeBron just like, and then it's just like the clown noises, like, well, you know you're not getting out the hood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they sent that in the chat. And,
like, where he was like the executive producer for the 2 Chainz project?
Yeah. And so, like, they weren't fucking with it at all. And so I was up for probably, like, dead ass, like, no joke. I was up for, like, 10 hours working on that beat, and I gave it a switch up at the end. I sent that to them. They're like, hey, the first part, that's trash. Like, I thought you should never be a producer again. But the second part, you might got something there. So I'm just making beats every now and then. School's been busy, college educated, but it's been really good, and like I'm very excited. My beats, my new project that's coming out later 2022, New Gospel. A lot of those beats are produced by me, and the ones that aren't, I think there may be 1 or 2 that isn't, maybe 3.
There's two that are me, but everything is like us, basically.
Yeah, everything is us damn near. But like I had a big hand in producing that, which I will be saying frequently. I'm sorry, SLATR.
Major hands.
But yeah, it was super dope. I love chopping up samples. That's probably my new thing. I'm really getting into that in 2022 and going forward.
Yeah. Something, just a little sidebar conversation to chase a rabbit real quick. We were talking producer tags the other day.
Yeah. And
it became more of a philosophical discussion about, when do you tag a beat? When to have a producer tag on it, because personally I feel like some of my favorite producers don't have producer tags, with the exception of maybe like a few, and so I've always thought that that was like it didn't like cheapen the beat at all. But then on the other hand, you have like Tate Keith can produce pretty much anything and it'll be okay, but if he has that tag on it, then it's great, and so that's where I'm like, I want to kind of open a door for conversation about like what we were talking about the other day. Like, what do you think of producer tags?
I think if you got a specific sound, you don't need a tag. So if you can hear the beat and oh, that's a SLATR beat, that's a DJ Dirt beat, that's a Seuss beat. If you have that sound without it even being tagged, you don't need a tag. That's how I am about it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
I'm gonna call bullshit on that. I think a tag needs to go on every beat, and here's why. Because it's like, as a producer, it's your job not to make a certain sound, but it's your job to make good sounds all around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, those sounds need to be diverse, because at the end of the day, music is art. Music's poetry, music's art. And because of that, those sounds need to be different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have some shit where it sounds like you're running through the jungles of Africa and finna meet up with Kunta Kinte. Yeah. And then I got some shit that sounds like Cardi's finna hop on that bitch and just start screaming on a mic. Shout out to Cardi. But it's just like, it's so like, because of that, that's why I feel like the tag needs to go on every beat. And like, it's like this, bro. When Look Alive was hot, bro, the first thing I was thinking about wasn't about Hitting the Shoot, wasn't about Drake's verse, wasn't about none of that. No. The first thing I was ready to hear on that bitch was, Take King, fuck these niggas up, man. Like, and that shit hard, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's your stamp on a beat. Like, that's like you telling the world, that's what you telling that random dude in Idaho or that hot shot in LA or whatever, that you made that shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you're gonna fucking, it's not like architecture where you built this and they're gonna be like, oh, who built this building? This is very nice. No, this is music, you know what I'm saying? And you want to be known in music. It's like, this is the most diverse.
This is the world where most everybody, except for a certain percentage of people, think that artist makes everything on that album.
Exactly. So it's just like, bro, like, if hypothetically, if I had a beat on a Drake song, right? I promise you, or no, not a Drake song. If I had a beat on a J. Cole song, because that's my guy. Shout out J. Cole. I promise you I'm putting my shit on that because he makes beats.
A lot of times they don't want tags on them though.
Well, if he don't want a tag, like, I mean, we could talk about it.
Do you know who produced Love Yours by J. Cole?
No clue.
Bro.
I just figured J. Cole produced that.
No, Illmind. Shout out Illmind. Illmind's fantastic.
Is
Anyway,
his tag on there?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a tag.
Yeah. Well, in some beats, like, you can argue, like, yeah, they don't need a tag because the beat is that good. Like, you know, that's a fair case. But I'm just saying, it's like, if I'm on X artist's song that's decently big, right? I'm gonna put my tag on that bitch because for the simple fact that is, I don't want them to get lost in the bars of the song and have like all this goodness around it, like the video, whatever it is, the media stuff, and then they forget who made the damn beat. Because at the end of the day, putting your stamp on that, be like, damn, I want a Seuss beat. Damn, I want a Dirt beat. Damn, I want a SLATR beat. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I'm just one of those people too, though. Just like naturally, you know what I'm saying? I'm just laid back,
super low key.
So that's part of why I don't do a tag either. Because like, I don't necessarily need the recognition as long as I'm getting the check. So
no, I feel that. But like on the flip side of that, I'm the type of dude that is like, I don't need the money. I want the respect and the credit. You feel me? So if I make some hot shit, I want people talking about it.
I feel
but
that.
Like that's just my personality.
Yeah.
You know?
I also don't like any of my tags that I've made. Like I try to like them at first, then it gets old to me.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I feel.
I feel that, but it's just like with my tag in particular, like I'm literally, and I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want nobody to get in trouble. But I'm with my boys, right? And we're drunk as fuck. Like we're drunk as fuck. And then I'm just taking Snapchat videos, just kind of watching them because I'm pretty sober, like whatever. And so like I'll take this video, and then he said some shit in that video. I'm like, oh shit, that's hard. And then I made a tag out of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like I feel like my tag. I feel like if you have a producer tag, it needs to be personable to you. So it's just like every time you do hear it, you're like, damn, like I remember that moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like that's where it really becomes art, and it's not just noise. You feel me? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I respect it.
But no, it's definitely like, you know, like we were saying, like it's definitely two different modes of thinking.
For sure. Yeah.
Because it's like you don't if your beats are fire, who the fuck cares if you have a tag?
Yeah.
It's true.
I've just always thought it was funny, like, because that's what I was saying the other day. I'm like, you never hear before. Imagine before, like, Runaway by Kanye West, you just hear, this is a Kanye West production. It's like,
but also on the flip side of that, Kanye literally started making beats for Jay-Z. Like, he never needed, people didn't need to know, he didn't need to do that because he already had that. Who am I? Jay Seuss? That random nigga from Mount Juliet, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Who would just run his mouth all the time and talk shit? No, I need them to know who I am. I need to know I'm serious about music. And that's just, I feel like, with that tag, that makes it serious. Like, I have my boys, like, from the beginning of all my songs, like, this isn't a tag, but it's just kind of my rapper thing. I say, yeah, Seuss. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I'll catch people just saying that. And that shit, it's heartwarming.
Seuss.
It's fucking awesome.
I feel you.
Man. So going off of music, Young Bravo just dropped, start at the beginning of the month. You got the deluxe dropping. Have you announced the deluxe yet?
No, I'm actually announcing that right after this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to get that cover.
Yeah, I know. I already hit up Zarth.
Okay, cool. So how do you feel like you've progressed? First project, Rembrandt, and to Young Bravo. What's the biggest difference you see in yourself as an artist?
Well, going from project to project, I don't see necessarily a change in sound because I'm still doing the same stuff. I'm just doing it better. Like, I don't look at, like, as an artist, you shouldn't have to change your art for anybody. And I feel like that's one thing that was holding me back because I was trying not to cuss. I was trying not to say bitch, or I was trying not to say nigga because I want my mama to hear this. But I actually had an English teacher. Shout out Professor Anderson. And he's retired too, but y'all won't see him. You will never see him. But like, he said some stuff because we were in a short story. No, he's good. He just retired.
Okay.
Bro, he's like 400 years old. Like, it was his time. But he was a great teacher, and he didn't really teach anything. He was just kind of talking to us, you know. And so it's like I was in his creative writing class, and he was saying something like, this girl read this story, and it was a good story, but he was like, you're holding out on me. What's up? She's like, oh, you know, I want to show this to my mom. I like this story. He's like, why the fuck would you want to show a story? like some shit like that to your family. He's like, if you're gonna write about your life, you're gonna write about yourself, then you can't be afraid to hurt other people's feelings. You can't be afraid of what other people think because it's what you think. So like that was holding me back in the beginning stages of my music career, like when I started taking it seriously. Because it's like I want this to be kid friendly. Like no, fuck that. If I want it to be kid friendly, I'll make a fucking clean version. And I don't have many of those yet. So, but it's just like bro, it's like if you're gonna make some creative shit, some art, because that's what it is, art. Then you gotta be able to put it all. You gotta go nuts on the table. You feel me? Yeah. Like you gotta put all that shit out. Yeah. And so that's how people can really feel where you're coming from, because that's where being genuine comes from. You can't fake being genuine. People real people see through that shit, and I pride myself on being the realest one out.
Yeah. Your mom's ever like try to call you out on it though?
All the time. Yeah. And then I call her out on it. I said, Mom, if you didn't know, if I didn't say yeah, Seuss, and you didn't know that my voice sounded like this when I'm rapping, would you like? Is this a good song? And I'll look her dead in the eye at Cinco de Mayo. She'd be like, yeah, it's a really good song. I'm like, then what's the fucking issue? She's like, oh, I don't want you to get jobs when you're like, I want you to get jobs when you're early older. People gonna hear this and they're gonna be little. I'm like, okay.
Just like, this is my job.
Yeah,
and I'm just
that
like,
might not matter.
I got my First Amendment right. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, like, this is how I plan on paying for my grandkids' school, and I don't got kids yet.
Yeah.
Shit, I ain't even got a girl. So it's just like one of those things where it's like, if I'm gonna do this shit. SLATR's killing me.
Sorry, bro. All right.
If I'm gonna do this shit, I'm gonna do it how I want to do it, and I'm gonna do that shit right. Because at the end of the day, it's like, it's my shit. It's not yours.
Yeah.
Like, I got different aspects of my life, and I won't get super into. But like, as far as my artist career, like Seuss is important for me. This is my brand. This is my business, and I'm gonna do my business how I want to do my business. I may ask for an opinion here and there because like I feel like that's important. Everybody listens to music. Listens to, you can learn different stuff. But at the end of the day, I take it all with a grain of salt because it's like, did I fuck with it? Why did I fuck with it? And why do I give a fuck if they don't fuck with it? Because somebody gonna fuck with it. Yeah. I played the same song for 10 people. 9 of them said like, nah, this ain't it, Chief. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then that one person is like, bro. And like one person becomes a fan. And that's what I want. If I make a song and I distribute it and I get 1,000 people to hear it, or hell, if I get 4 million people to hear it and 4 people fuck with it, I did my job as an artist because I created something in the world for everybody to look at, everybody to interpret, and those 4 people felt it. And now I did something to them. And you know, the songs that like I particularly didn't like, which happens very often, like Small Town Kid off Rembrandt.
I was about to ask about that.
My first song off Rembrandt. I hated that song with a dying passion. And I literally texted Dirt and Slate. I'm like, bro, do not put that shit on the album. That shit is trash, bro. I don't know what I was thinking. And the text didn't go through. And
then do you remember seeing that text?
I don't remember.
Because I never saw the text.
They never saw the text. And so like that shit happened. And then I have people hit me like, bro, this is it, bro. Like I feel where you coming from, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, word? Yeah. I fuck with that song too.
It also just has a really good hook. Like, it's a tale of a small town kid trying to see the small town get big. He be up all night. I'm like, oh yeah, nice little vibe.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, at the end of the day, your music is your art, and your art should be yours. Like, yeah, I have influences from all kinds of people, but it's just like, at the end of the day, like I take what I like from those people, and I don't use what I don't like, and I make my own thing. That's why it's like, when I have songs where people are like, oh,
that's how I make your sound.
Yeah, people are like, I couldn't tell you what you sound like, bro. I don't know who you sound like on this track. Yeah. And I'm just like, good. Yeah. I sound like Jay fucking Seuss. But sometimes I'll be like, oh, you sound like Kyle on Watch Me, bro. Oh, you sound like Cole on
Wasn't that kind of the goal? Like you said, Broccoli was like, it was like Broccoli / Kyle was Watch Me.
Yeah. No, it was like Yachty, Watch Me, those vibes. But at the end of the day, it's just like, that's before I was thinking about doing music for myself. I was trying to think like, okay, what was hot? Like, what's hot? How can I do it then? But now I'm thinking, like, I'm moving strategically still, because at the end of the day, like, it's a rap game. And everybody's trying to win, whatever your measure of success and winning is. But it's like, it's yours. Make it yours. Like, I'm tired of, I hate walking into a studio session and another artist is next to me. I'm tired of hearing other people's stuff and it sounds like other people. I'm like, bro, this sounds like them. And it sounds like a Walmart version of them. And that's not to knock anybody, because some of it sounds cool, but it's just like, make it yours, and then you won't have to worry about anybody else, because it's like, it's your shit. And I feel like Seuss sound is Seuss sound. Like, when my next album drops, you're gonna be turning up for 1 minute, crying in another, texting your ex after that, and then fucking you're gonna be in church clapping like you with the choir.
True, yeah.
So it's just like that. I feel like that's art to me, and people aren't gonna fuck with it. I know, but that's the one thing with this evolution I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck because I love it, and that's all that matters with art.
No, definitely your next project, dude, New Gospel, which I mean, I guess we just wrapped recording yesterday. I think so.
Yeah, we wrapped it up yesterday. We just gotta get the mixes now.
Gotta get the mixes, production down. Gotta like revisit all that. But it's definitely been the most fun I've ever had in recording sessions.
Oh, me too.
Bro, the one, I mean, we won't give too much away, but the one, oh, what was the title? I keep forgetting the title. The whole choir at the end.
Oh, Tell It All?
Yeah, Tell It All.
Yeah, that shit.
That was probably one of the most fun sessions.
That was awesome. We
That was a
needed
good-
that because we were grinding.
Yeah. maybe that song came out of like a mental collapse and we're just like, man, you know what? I don't know. Like the free thinking on that project so far has been super refreshing.
Yeah, there's been no restrictions. Like it's literally like all of it sounds the same, but it's so different at the
super
same
different.
time. And I think that's what makes it really good. That's what
It's
makes
very coherent.
yeah, that's how you get your 2014 Forest Hills Drive, your Dams, and all that shit.
Facts.
And not to make my shit
bro.
sound like that.
Two of my favorite albums of all time. You just name
Exactly,
dropped.
bro. And that, like that's how you get those type of albums by
Yeah.
literally just throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks, and then just throwing more shit on top of that until it falls. Something falls off.
Yeah. What's it like balancing being a student and an artist at the same time?
Man, it's tough, bro. Because especially where I'm going to school, it's really hard. Just with everything that I got to handle on my plate, I got to juggle a lot. And I'm not going to get too much into my school life because like I try to keep that separate from my artist life. But it's just like, it's tough. But like at the end of the day, and people at school all the time, they'll be like, hey, bro, like, how do you do it, bro? Like, there's no way. Like, there's no way I could do it. And I'm just like, I do it because I want to. Because at the end of the day, it's like, here's and this is a mode of thinking too. You have time to do whatever the hell you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, if I want to check up on my homies, if I want to make that call home to my mom's, like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to make time for it, even if it takes time off the back end. So it's just like, I make time for music. And sometimes I literally may not have the time. And I had to decide to take a 2-week, a month break off and then just grind on it. But it's just like, when I start grinding on it, I'm grinding on it. Like, when I'm working on beats, I'm in there. Like, there was one time, I shit you not, I made like 4 to 6 beats. And it was I started on them at 6 p.m. I was supposed to go out with my friends to Denver or whatever. And then I look at the clock and the sun was coming up again. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. And like, it felt like 30 minutes to me because like, that's my love, that's my joy. Like I said, like, this is how I want to make my living. This is how I want to do it. So it's just like, if you really want to do some shit, then it's just like, go all into it. And like, you're going to find that time to do that shit. But yeah, no, but like, don't get twisted. It is hard. There's a lot of late nights. There's a lot of nights I can't sleep just because I'm up thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, damn, I got 4 exams, 2 projects, homework every night in every class, blah, 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 blah. And plus I got practice. And then how am I going to make these beats? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to put everything off to the side. I'm going to do my passion. And then I'm going to figure it out later. And it's worked out. They ain't kicked me out yet. Shit, they could have.
Oh man. So, first shows in the books for you. Tell us a little bit about that, how that came about, and who you opened for, and just that experience.
Bro, that was, so before I go too deep into it, that was surreal. Frankie J, I didn't get a chance to talk to Baby Bash too much because we were trying to celebrate at the club afterward, but I got a chance to talk to Frankie J after his sound check, a little bit after the show. Super cool guy, genuine guy, down to earth. The voice of a freaking angel. He was singing like this one Christmas song. It was like Feliz Navidad. I don't even fucking know. But I'm sitting there like backstage during the sound check, like just drooling, bro. I'm like, this is beautiful music. And then he did Sugar How You Get So Fly. And I'm like, I'm in that bitch. Sugar How You Get So Fly. Like I'm singing with him. Shit, he could have handed me the mic. That's my shit. But no, it's like, and it's actually funny how that came about, because I know you asked about that. So my roommate, shout out to TJ, so like I'm really cool with his family. His family, they've been super good to me while I've been out of school, because he's from Denver, Colorado. And so like, I never told his mom that I did music, because I treated his mom like how I treated like my grandmama. You know what I'm saying? Because like I won't cuss around his mom. Like I always like try to be proper, you know, like try to be respectful, just out of respect, because like that's Mama Love. Like I love Miss Love. Shout out Miss Love. And like so essentially like TJ's dad loves my music. Shout out Mr. Love, because he's a fan. I love Mr. Love. He'd be bumping in the car with me in there. He'd be like, you got any new stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I got some new stuff. I got you, bro. And then like He showed it to Miss Love. He's like, Jerry's doing music? Oh, I'm gonna hit up my brother. My freaking roommate, I didn't know this. I've known this man. He was the first dude I met. I've known this man for 4 going on 5 years, bro, at school. His uncle was a concert promoter. And I just found it out because of his mom. And so, like, essentially, and I might be mixing that story up. TJ swears, like, he told his mom, but, like, I don't know. I'm not going to put that. That's the question mark in the story. But so I got in contact with Alfred. I told him I'm down to do the show. I didn't hear back from him a couple months. I hit him up a couple weeks before the show. He's like, you want to do it? We're filling up the set list. I'm like, yeah, like, put me on. And so got a slot, did my things, first show. So obviously wasn't really nervous. I was almost too excited and it almost messed up my performance. But people were feeling the energy. The crowd was awesome. I was the opener right before Frankie J and Baby Bash, so the main acts. So super dope experience. Everybody showed out. Everybody was vibing with me, bro. Like, it was just cool talking to the audience and really, like, put in my music live and show them, like, how, like, I feel like when you're performing live, it's like how you see your music, you can actually visually show it to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a video, it's not visualizers, it's none of that. It's just you with them, and they can really see you're
embodying your own artistry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because of that, it was just awesome experience, bro. The songs I did, I came out to Drink With You, super underrated. Check it out on the deluxe. I did Bel Air, Backseat, and then Side Piece. Of course, I had to do Side Piece.
Was supposed to come off the bench.
No, they was fucking with Side Piece heavy, bro, and I love that because that's one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
That's just crazy. That's the first one. Yeah. I mean, not the first one you've ever done, but first one you released. That's the song I Met You. Day I Met You, we recorded that.
Seriously.
Shout out Kelvis, King Bougie, wherever you are.
I saw him a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
really?
We got some beers at ML Rose, bro. Yeah.
Oh.
And we be going to Cinco on Tuesdays when I'm in town. Yeah.
Oh, man. He needs to come through one more time. Yeah. Just like, he doesn't have to work on anything. I just want to see how he's doing.
I'm going to hit him up. Hit him up for our next few sessions. See if he's busy.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, man. So after your first show, you know, what was going through your head as far as like how did you feel after? I'm sure it was inspiring.
Yeah, it was very inspiring. But like, and this is actually a bow to It's Jalil. Next to me. I'm not gonna say past me or under me. Next to me, the next up and coming rapper out of the Ville. He's got moves. Do not play with It's Jalil. Tap in. But my Jalil, I was talking to him before the show to get some tips because he's been doing a lot of shows. I don't think he's done any that big, especially for a first show. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying, because like a lot of national
because you had 600.
It was like 500 to 600 people. And but he hasn't done anything that big. I'm asking him for tips because I already knew how I wanted to do. I've been to a lot of shows this upcoming year, the last few months actually. And I asked him, and he was telling me these tips and stuff, and it was really good. But the main thing that stuck out from that conversation, he was like, whatever you do, don't think this is a milestone. Don't think like there's Jay-Z sitting in the crowd. He's like, oh, I'm gonna sign him right here. It's like, this is not a milestone. This is a step. So I was almost trying to keep myself humble and level-headed and realize. So like after the show, yeah, I was feeling inspired, of course, but I was also really feeling like, okay, what's next? Where can I perform next? What can I do next? What music thing can I do next? What business thing can I do next? And like I was just figuring out those steps, trying to see what I could do next, and like that's honestly kept me going even further because I had that high to ride off of, especially with the album dropping the day before that. So I'm just trying to build myself up, figure out how can I build off this momentum, because at the end of the day, it's just like it's a game of runs. So it's just like once you're hot, you're hot. So you gotta keep that fire going as long as possible, because once it goes out, there's no telling when or how or if you can ignite it again.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, you said it at the end of that recap. You said it was fun, but I'm not satisfied. And I was like, yeah, that's real.
Oh yeah, no, like I was pissed when I got off the stage because my voice cracked halfway through the second song. Like I did side piece. We're supposed to come on the bench. Like, bro, I was pissed. But it was just like, it was fun. It was a great experience. Definitely hope I get something like that in the near future again with whoever. I'll perform in the Kroger parking lot. No mic, just screaming, bass bumping out of my car.
Hey, if it were Walmart, I mean, it worked for the Yodel kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they'd be as accepting of me because he was young and adorable.
Yeah.
I'm not adorable no more. Still cute though, but not adorable. But yeah, like I just want next. Like I want more shows. I want more stuff. Like ever since that show, I'm thinking, okay, I need merch. I could have made a little bit of bread off of this, and like to help further my music career. Like I need to find ways to get my music out there, promotion. Like I was talking to you about promotions, my playlist and all that stuff. And so all this stuff is going through my mind at one time, and I'm almost sitting here like, bro, chill the fuck out. You got finals in a week, you know? But it's just like, I can't, like, that's just how I think. I'm thinking music 24/7, really 25/8.
That's real. That's true. What year are you?
I'm a junior, but I went to a prep school right out of high school.
Right.
So like I wasn't one of the smart kids. So went to a prep school, get my grades up to make sure I was cool to get in school. But yeah, junior, going on senior, can't wait to get the hell out, bro. I got senioritis now. I've had senioritis since I got in school.
I feel that. I was that same way.
Yeah, man. Just water break?
Literally was thinking that.
That's what I was thinking. Well, I was going back. I'm like, oh. But yeah, what do you think? So over the past few sessions, what do you think has been inspired your like change of sound?
I think the fact that I'm actively developing it, you know, because like with me making the beats, even with me sending them to you and you just putting Jesus spin on them and they turn out 10 times better than they were, bro. Like just the fact that like I really had, like I'm more hands-on with my music. Like I want to get to the point one day where like I can make the beat, write the song, record it myself, mix it, master it, distribute, all that stuff. I want to be a jack of all trades in music.
Yeah.
And like I want to get to a point to where I could do that wherever I am. I could do it, and not only that, I could do that for other people because like there's other people that are more passionate about it than me, but they don't have the means. I just got lucky with the cards I was dealt and played the game the best way that I could, so that I could be in the cabin right now, the Cabin Kickback. And people don't have that. People don't even have these resources, but they're so talented. So I want to be able to do that for myself to build up other people. Because at the end of the day, like rap, people say it's a dying industry, it's a dying art. People are going commercial and pop, and they just want money and clout. Like they're not doing it for like the roots of it off rip. And I want to get back to that as much as I can. Yeah.
What is it about rap music that you identify most with?
I love rap because I feel like music, like I said earlier, music is poetry, and rap is just like the purest form of it. Like you can take a beat off, like, and so many times like battle rap. I think that's like I love listening to battle rap. Wish I could do it. People would fry my ass up, and I would be like, "Damn, that is a good point." But no, it's like it's just the purest form of just art, bro. Because it's like you, even if you're talking about women, you're talking about money, you're talking about clout, success, the struggle. Like it's you talking about it. Because at the end of the day, like get money looks a lot different to the dude with the Fortune 500 company and the dude that's trapping, trying to pay the bills, trying to feed his family. You know what I'm saying? And it's just rap gives an outlet for everybody to do that. And like that's why I love it so much. I've loved it since before I could talk for real.
So I have a kind of segue into something that we can all identify with. You obviously, I think you've stated it in the podcast, and if not, it's just kind of, I feel like evident in your sound, is J. Cole is a huge influence on you.
Yeah.
And I know it's not specifically J. Cole that this applies to, but I think especially in rap music, we all have histories being, or in our history is we're athletes, you know, we all played football, and there's an element of competition that is both prevalent in music as it is in sports, right? So how do you think your history playing sports and that sort of competition and the whole mental aspect of working through adversity, how do you think you've been able to apply those principles that we've learned throughout, we've been playing sports our whole life. Some people have been playing football since like second or third grade or whatever. How do you think that sort of background has helped you develop as an artist?
Well, I think one thing, it gives me content. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even when I talk to my boys, like we're talking about girls, we're talking about anything. Like we'll put stuff in sports contests because like that's what we know. Like I feel like a lot of athletes coming up, like that's their identity. You know, it's hard to change. People don't change, circumstances change. And because of that, people act different ways based off their circumstances. So it's like, that's my identity. So that's why I talk about my raps. I dare somebody to find a song where I'm not talking about at least one sports reference. Like seriously. And not only that, it's just like, I'm competitive as hell. Like if I hear a song that I like, I keep listening to it. I can't stop listening to it. One, because out of enjoyment, and two, because I'm pissed. Like, damn, why didn't I think of that? You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, I think I did say this, it's the rap game. You know what I'm saying? It's the music industry is a game. It's a sport. Everybody's trying to get up top. Everybody wants that award. Everybody wants to be top of the charts. Otherwise, they wouldn't talk about it. It wouldn't matter.
Right.
But like that's just the reality of it. It is, and that's not a bad thing because that keeps the music getting better and better and better. It's different. It changes the sound. You know what I'm saying? It evolves that genre. So it's just like me personally. I want to be the best to ever do it. I want to be in a Grammy. You know, I want a song with Cole. You know what I'm saying? I want Coachella. I want all that. Like, I don't care. Like, and I say that all the time. Like, and I talk about, like, I'm going to get a Grammy because I'm manifesting that. I think a lot of that is sports. Like, my sports story is really different from other people's because, like, middle school, all I wanted to do was make the basketball team. I tried out for the summer team, the spring team, the main team, all that. I tried out 8 times, and I wasn't bad. Like, coaches was not vibing with me, bro. And then the last time, they're like, all right, fuck it. I guess we'll let them on. And then, like, I made the team, you know? And then, like, I always played football my whole life. I was always decent at football. When I got to high school, just because of my build, I was always playing, like lineman positions. Because I was just taller and a little bit bigger. And I was real physical and aggressive. And so, just like, so in high school, I played receiver. I played lineman my whole life. I couldn't fucking catch. So I'm playing receiver. I'm like the 4th-string receiver going in my junior year on a running offensive team that can't catch. Like, what? And then they moved me to corner, and it's just like, that's a new grind, you know what I'm saying? Because it was new to me, it was different. It was good for me, and I got really fucking good at it really quick. And, you know, like, people gave me notice. But it's just like one of those things where it's just like, I've dealt with adversity my whole life in so many different ways, bro. So I don't look at it like, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. No, like, my first time I played football, I got hit. I told my mom I wanted to quit. She said, rub some fucking dirt on it. I played for you to play football this year. You're going to play fucking football. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't see, like, problems in the shit I'm doing, like, slip-ups or whatever, as a fault, as a stop. I see that shit as, okay, how can I do it different? What can I do next? All right, okay, I can't do this now. What about later? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a firm believer in that. Sports really taught me that shit.
Have you read, going back to J. Cole real quick, have you read his Players Tribune article that he wrote?
I haven't. I need to.
The Audacity?
I need to.
Well, it's really, really good. Really good. Really struck me because I think anybody with that athletic background that we're talking about can relate to it. And he talks about trying out for he went to St. John's, and he was talking about trying out his whole dream was to be a like D1 college basketball player. And so he was going there to try to walk on. And I guess it was in his sophomore year, freshman year didn't make the cut. Sophomore year, he got a call back, and he was like one of 10 players to get a call back to try to make the St. John's basketball team. And he was saying how one morning, he came to New York. Originally, he came to New York for school, but it was strategic because he wanted to pursue music. And he recalls the moment that his decision took place, where he's like, I wish I had the quote with me right now, but he was basically saying that he had to go to the gym at like 7 a.m, and so his alarm went off, and then he woke up and he stretched, he got ready, and then he just had to think about it, and he just got back in bed, and then that was his decision to pursue music. So when do you think that decision kind of clicked with you? Like when did you have to when was your crossroads, if you can recall that?
My first week of school. No, and I actually alluded that to the intro track on New Gospel, Thank Me Later. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through that, and I'm just like, because I stopped doing music, because I'm thinking like, oh dang, college is going to look at me like, you know, they don't need to be hearing that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Which literally I know like they wouldn't have given a fuck if they heard it at the time. But I'm thinking that, I'm just like, I need to put myself up to the standard, you know, being like that set guy that everybody wants me to be. Like, that's what I was kind of like fitting myself into a box at that point, limiting my creativity. So I stopped doing music. I was going to drop an EP, and I didn't, like, back before I got serious about doing it. But I'm going through school, and I'm just like, and that's actually where I learned something about myself. I fucking hate school. I love learning, though. I hate school, though, just because the system of it, like, testing me about my knowledge, trying to trick me up. Like, that's not school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it should go. You should have me learn it, and then explain to you what I learned. Like, that's how I feel like school should be. But that's a whole nother story. And so I'm going through this, and I'm just like, and all I could think about is the times I had in the studio in my first session where I drove to Antioch, you know, after putting $2 worth of gas in my tank and getting back with 1 mile to E, or coming back, and my first song that dropped on SoundCloud, like, I'm at work, and I look, and it has 3 listens. I'm like, okay, maybe music ain't for me. And then I go into the parking lot and I hear everybody bumping it at Mount Juliet. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Or people coming up to me, it was like, is this Jerry? This is you? Like stuff like that. And I'm thinking about that stuff and I'm just like, I love music. Like I love the process. I love the grind. I love the hustle. You know, that's just how I've always been. I'm a grinder. I'm a hustler. I'm a finesser. Like I'm gonna get mine like by any means necessary, the right way, not the wrong way, without stepping over anybody doing it. Or not, without stepping on anybody. I will step over people if they going too slow. But it's just like, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm just thinking like, yo, fuck this school shit. Like, honestly, the only reason I'm in school now is just because, like, I've been through so much in my school, and, like, the last thing my granddad saw me doing before he died was going to school, you know, and doing that. He was saying how proud of me for doing that. Like he wished he had the opportunity, blah, blah, blah. And I'm seeing that. I'm like, I can't quit. I can't quit now. Unless I got a deal, then I quit tomorrow. Because he would be even prouder of that. But it's just like, I can't quit now, bro. I've done too much. Like, I've come too far, bro. I've dodged too many bullets, literal and figurative, bro. Like, I got to see this through. But, like, I always knew at the end of the day, like, music is what I want to do. So, like, it's never been, like, I tell people, this school, that's plan B for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a plan B.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's plan B for me. But plan A is always going to be music, and I'm always going to treat it as such. Yeah.
Word. So, what goals you got going into 2022?
Man, it's hard to set goals for music, man. Because at the end of the day, like, it's so opinionated. It's so based on other people. Yeah. You know? But I guess the main thing, I want to get better at making beats. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I want other artists to rap on my beats. I want to do features with other artists. You know, I think collaboration is important, especially doing a feature with somebody else. It's like be on other people's songs, not features on mine, because I can get features on my songs like I have in the past.
And we do got one in the pipeline though.
We do. We got some heat. I ain't gonna talk about that. You'll just see it. We got some heat.
We'll have to wait on that one.
But features for sure. Like, I want to find a way to make some money off music. I'm bleeding dry right now, man, and it's tough. And it's like, I saw this thing the other day. It's like people expect to make $1 million doing music, but expect it with putting $0 into it. Yeah. And like I saw that as effort. I saw that as actual finances. You know, it's like you can't get to that point you want to get to if you're not willing to put. You got to spend money to make money, and that's how I see it. And Lord, we are doing that right now, but it's a process. And at the end of the day, like I'm impatient, but I'm patient at the same time. I'm willing to wait it out and do the steps I need to, because it's like, if it was easy, why the hell would I want to do it? Like, I mean, it is easy making good music, but if it's easy, like, people to realize it was good, like, I wouldn't want to do it. It's the grind, it's the hustle. So that's a goal.
You got anybody in particular that you want to work with that you haven't yet?
I don't know, man. I will work with anybody. I guess if I had to say, I can't give exact people, but I want to work with Nashville artists for real. Yeah. You know, because I feel like so many Nashville artists, especially when they get a little bit of clout, the first thing they'll do is run to Atlanta or Memphis or just LA or somewhere like that to build there, because it's easy to build there. We got so much talent in the music city, especially coming through the Cabin dirt. It's like, we need to build each other up. We need to work together. Like, when a single drop, everybody needs to be on that to build it that way. Because I feel like if everybody was on that wave, then everybody's growing at the same time and exponentially. Yeah. So that's the main thing. Like, if I had to say anything, I want to feature with Nashville artists. I'll do a song with anybody though. I'll rap on damn country if I got to. EDM, I don't care, bro, because I'll do it. But I just really want to have the experiences and do that shit with other people, because that's how you learn, bro. That's how you learn different sounds.
Has it only been, how many people have you worked with so far?
So I worked with
feature-wise,
Sedona, Voice of an Angel, out in San Mateo, California.
That's Bay Area, right?
Yeah, Bay Area. Mm-hmm. Then I've worked with Jalil. We actually have some songs coming out on the deluxe version of Young Bravo on Friday. Is that
Friday?
Yeah, on Friday.
Dude, it's so crazy. Okay, sorry, keep going.
Go back to. And then I work with Khan, No Cap Khan. Yeah, he honestly stole that song. I'm still pissed about that. But that's another story. And I think that's only features I've worked with per se. I got a few more in the chamber.
The SoundCloud only release of it's the Party Girl, right, with Ian?
Yeah, I forgot about. Did that get out on Sound?
That's on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
The remix.
Good Day.
Oh, Good Day. Yeah,
Party Girl remix.
The what?
Party Girl remix. that what you talking
It's the
about?
original
Yeah, it was
Party
the
Road.
original. That dropped on the Summer 6-pack on SoundCloud.
Dude. Yeah, I wish I wish we could.
That's a
It's a good song. It's a fun
That was a
song.
great song to do. That's when we first used autotune, the beginning of the end.
This is like this next project. We need to talk more about Young Bravo, which we'll get to in a minute. But man, I'm just still high off New Gospel, like which people won't hear till September. You know,
They won't hear it till 3 days before my birthday. Yeah.
but it's definitely a return to form as far as the kind of, I feel like, where you kind of fit best in music and that kind of raw energy.
I feel like if Rembrandt and Young Bravo had a baby, that's New Gospel.
Dude, I can't even say I disagree because I feel like New Gospel is totally in a lane of its own, production wise,
Yeah.
lyrically, just the overall vibe. Like I could see Young Bravo and Rembrandt, like that's like a combo pack, low key. But no, New Gospel is totally crazy. It's totally different.
But yeah,
It's insane.
I'm excited for that, for real. I'm excited for all my releases. I don't think I have a single miss the whole year.
What would you say your bit? What would you say your going back to Young Bravo real quick? What was your favorite track off it?
I'm gonna say this. Oh, you got the camera on me? I'm gonna say this in the camera. My favorite track is currently doing the worst right now, and I'm pissed. Rockstar Skinnies, and it's not close, bro. I love that song with a dying passion because I'm talking my shit on a lit beat, and people don't. That's why it's like people will listen, but they not listening. Like I feel like some of the stuff, my favorite songs is like that real shit. Like it's that shit you gonna hear, and it's just like only real motherfuckers is gonna get that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Rockstar Skinnies. But Rockstar Skin, that shit, I love that song.
And that was the one song that was supposed to be a single that didn't get the music video because something got messed up with the files. And man, we need to talk about that day real quick because that was a long, hot, exhausting day.
Was it 10 hours?
Yeah, something like that. In downtown Nashville in the blazing heat.
That was.
I did all those videos in one day.
All those videos. Bel Air.
We woke up early and got back late.
Yeah.
How it goes.
What was it, Bel Air? That was shot in front of the W Hotel.
Yeah, Bel Air was shot in front
the
in the Gulch. And then we did Gibberish over by the bridge and Titans and Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Titans. And then we did
Backseat.
We did that in a couple places because we were driving around and then we went to the parking garage and
Yeah.
then we did Rockstar Skinnies like outside of the
Bridgestone.
Play. Yeah, outside of
Dude,
Bridgestone.
that was an awkward shoot. We were walking around like
there was a bunch
shooting,
of
and it was just a homeless
people.
dude's like coming up asking us like what we're doing.
I need to email that homeless guy.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that. No, yeah. All right, so that sounds hella random. SLATR gets it. So like we were going out, and so like I'm rapping or whatever, and then the homeless people like they just sitting over there. They like fucking with it. And so this one dude, I'm like, yeah, bro, let me get your contact information, and like I'll get it to you. He typed in my notes, and yeah, it was this homeless dude. He was like, yeah, bro, email it to me when that drops. Like, I don't know how he has a computer, but I didn't ask. I'm still gonna email it to. So yeah, I'm gonna email him. I'm glad we talked about that because I need to hit him up. Yeah.
Oh, dang, my bad.
But no, they were super sweet people. Yeah, like it was awesome. Homeless people. Like it was a great audience. They were just in there like, okay, Young Buck. Cause it was some old heads.
Yeah.
All right, Young Buck. I appreciate you, OG. I was fucking with it. Yeah.
Man, that's funny. What happened to the Rockstar footage?
I tried to like whenever I was trying to edit it, it just wasn't like nothing was syncing, and I don't know, something got messed up during the transfer. But yeah, that's the one that didn't make the cut.
I was sick.
But we were trying to think how to make some sort of like content out of that because that was supposed to be a single,
Yeah.
which definitely would have got more eyes on it. And I feel like where it falls in the track listing is kind of,
Yeah, it's low.
or it's number 5.
I mean, in the middle, bro. Like,
Yeah. I heard there's like I forgot what it's called, but there's this like psychological principle where whenever you tell somebody something, they only remember the first thing you said and the last thing you said typically.
Yeah.
And that goes with anything. If you're naming off like items and you try to recall something, you can only remember the first and like the last. And I feel like the same is very true for albums.
I think the same.
If you're like trying to listen to a whole album, because at least for me, I think that rings true. But yeah, that one didn't really get too much shine, man.
Yeah, I'm still sick about it. Go listen to Rockstar Skinnies, bro. That's my favorite fucking song, bro. That's one of the best ones I made, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Side Piece is still number 1.
That's out, yes.
Which one has been your favorite so far? That we made recently.
Low key, I was actually gonna talk to you about this, bro. I've been listening to Untold a lot, bro. No, not Untold. My Story. I've been listening because it's just like I can literally feel like the pain I was talking about in that bitch, bro. Like I really like I love hearing like emotion in songs, and like I feel like My Story really gave that. But yeah,
it's also gonna be like one of the simplest beats I've probably made, but it just isn't.
It's awesome. Yeah, because I heard that one Saba song.
Yeah, the Saba. Shout out Saba.
Like, there you go, there you go, there. Like I love that song. I was listening to that nonstop for like a month before I came home from school in the summer. And then like I was like, I need this beat now. And you provided.
You got Saba, you got that one, My Story, and then the straight up Smino beat, Z4L, Celebration.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cool one.
That's gonna be cool.
Deluxe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how people are gonna respond to it. Like that's the thing with music, Dirt. It's like you can't think, oh yeah, this is gonna be the one they fuck with, and they gonna hate this song. Like you can't do that because it's like people are weird, bro. They like what they like, and they don't what they don't. So it's just like I remember when what song? I'm trying to think of a project when Rembrandt dropped. I was like, bro, the song that's gonna be the one. What was the one I was saying? It wasn't Built Different. I thought it wasn't Johnny Bravo because that already dropped. It had to have been Built Different then. No, I Ain't Living Right. It was I Ain't Living Right. I'm thinking people gonna feel my pain on this one. They're gonna be blah blah blah. And that's why I'm starting people must start be going fake, bro. Because I'm like, yo, I literally put my heart and soul. Like I was screaming in the studio recording that bit, and then it was just like people hated that song. Like, and the numbers don't lie. And then I'm looking at fucking Small Town Kid almost took it off the album, and they're like, yeah, this is the one. I'm like, yeah, fuck y'all. Like, damn, bro. Like,
it's good though. It's a good song. I know, Dirt. You were saying your favorite after mixing that. Strange Sunlight.
Yeah.
That's Strange Sunlight.
That's just because it was real, though. I'm always rock with, you know what I'm saying, real and raw emotion. So I felt you on that one.
Yeah, I wrote that one as a little, like, because I got the beat from SLATR, and he was like, you probably can't do nothing with this, but I had to figure out.
I don't know if I said that.
No, you did say that on Strange Sunlight.
Strange Sunlight?
Because that's before you knew I had that bag.
Oh, yeah.
And then
it was super slow.
I was writing it. I was literally like, I had some old poems because I'm real into writing poetry, just like apart from the music, which I haven't done lately. I need to get back into. And like, I'm like listening to that immediately. I was starting to think about my boy Jay Sean that died. Like he passed a couple years back. And so like, I just wrote a little like interlude to him, you know? Yeah. And like once I got in the studio, I was damn near in tears, just like singing my heart out, bro.
Oh yeah, you could feel it in the recording. So
like I was lightheaded when I got away from the mic. It was like I was just screaming, bro.
So
was that recorded here?
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember which ones we did. Back in my room. I said that's the biggest win.
The vibe room, baby.
Biggest win of 2021 so far. Well, there have been a lot. No, there's been way too many now to think about it. A major win was definitely that back room coming through here because now I feel like the synergy is totally different.
Yeah.
Super good vibes all the time. And I like having, we had a session last night where there were like, I don't know, probably 20 different people here throughout the night, all different walks of life that made different music. And this is just that common ground.
Yeah.
I always thought that was super cool. And that way it's almost like a church, you know? And so new gospel coming out of here with the sounds and like kind of the vibe of the project, I feel like makes a lot of sense, you know?
I agree, for sure.
Sir.
How have you, I'll say a question for you, and then we can kind of talk off this. How do you feel like the Cabin has amplified the music scene around here?
Well, it's kind of like what you said. It is like everybody that comes here feels at home. So yeah, it's just that common ground of just having a safe place to come to. So that's what I've seen, like, mostly prevalent with all the artists coming through. And I like how it's always good vibes. You know, we got the 2 different rooms, people cross paths, and it's just good vibes. You know what I'm saying? People get to know each other, network. What
do you think goes into building that sort of synergy? Because I feel like it's so effortless here. And it might just be that. I think
it definitely is effortless. And it's not like for me to take all the credit or whatever, but I always approach people respectfully and people approach me respectfully. So I feel like, you know, as the owner of the place, if I have that energy about it, then it'll spread to everyone else. There's never any like real like BS going on. So Yeah.
I said that's big, major facts.
Yeah.
It's that sort of like you attract what you put out, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
How would you say, I guess, as far as being relational, how do you typically approach that in your own music?
What do you mean?
Because I know you said it's very personal to you, your music, but I feel like there's still an element of relatability. Mm-hmm. So whenever you're writing, you know, how do you typically try to frame the songs that you write?
So it's really weird, and this is what I say. People have asked me this before, and I always tell them the same thing. I always write about how I'm living or how I'm feeling. And sometimes how I'm living isn't how I'm feeling. Sometimes how I'm feeling isn't how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it matches up. And I feel like sometimes people can relate to how I'm feeling more than how I'm actually living, and vice versa. But like when they match up, I feel like that's where it brings those two like codes of thinking together, and then people really can feel about it. Because at the end of the day, it's just like everyone has different experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like literally two siblings could grow up the exact same way and still be so different simply because like how they perceive those experiences. So it's just like bro, like some people's gonna fuck with side piece. Some people's gonna be like, oh, he's just talking about women and bitches, just rapping shit, blah, blah, blah. Some people gonna start with Strange Sunlight. Some people gonna be like, bro, who is this sad ass dude, bro? Like, damn, bro. Like, you know, and it's just like, that's just the difference. That's just two people. Like, everyone likes different music, and I try to give as much as I can in my music because, like, I feel like I'm pretty rangy with, like, the type of stuff I can make so that as many people can fuck with it as possible, you know? Like, I'd rather have an album, if I had a 12-song album, I'd rather have every song on it have 1,200 listens than have one song that gets 1,100 listens and then every other song gets 2, 3, 5, 10. And that's just me personally. Other people look at that differently because it's just like, I see it as I don't want to blow up because I don't want to grow exponentially because like growing exponentially, that fall can be exponentially. Yeah. I want to grow linearly because like even if there's a time where people aren't fucking with Jesus as much, I'm not off the map. I'm still relevant. Right. So that's just kind of how I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like just having a real fan base.
No, seriously. Yeah. If I have at the end of when it's all said and done, if I had 1,000 true fans, like ride or die fans, I love that. Like, that's why I always say, if you love Seuss, I love you. And I mean that shit. Because it's just like, I'm putting this art out in the world for you and you're responding to it. I want to make more for you. Because like that's the kind of dude I am. But just like, if I had 1 million fans and it's just like wishy-washy, whatever, but like, I don't want that. Like, I want you to believe in my craft and what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, like, we're not just rappers. We're not just artists. We're like performers. We're entertainers. And you know, and like, we can't do, it's just like the same thing. Like, teachers wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for students. Rappers wouldn't have a job, or artists wouldn't have a job if they didn't have an audience, you know? And so, like, that's kind of how I look at that.
So, feel that. Well, we got Young Bravo, the Deluxe, coming this Friday, December 31st. It's a Cabin Kickback. Seuss. Pleasure having you here.
Seuss, fuck with me. You already know the vibes.
Yes, sir. Strange Gospel coming soon.
New Gospel. New Gospel. Strange Sunlight.
Gospel ain't strange, though.
Yeah, New Gospel coming soon.
Strange Gospel.
Thank you for watching, though. This has been the Cabin Kickback.
Look, was supposed to come off the bench, but you fucked up the rotation. Look, girl, you bad and not basic, but I can't have a